My tiles that I cut yesterday and all. Um, I figured I'd get a fresh start on everything today. So I cut my tile yesterday. 16 inches by 3¼ inches, 3¾ inches. I got a spoon for my, I'm gonna mix up some Thinset right now. Looking at back in retrospective, kind of think I should have grabbed a bigger spoon, but the spoon I used, and we'll go with it, I guess. I had just one of that container right there that I'm putting on the ground that usually has dog food in it. So Jack, he thought that was definitely going to have some food in it, have some dog food in it. But it doesn't, Jack. There's my bag of Thinset. I was thinking about trying to scoop it out with the spoon, going deep in the bag and trying to scoop it out like that, but that was going to make more of a mess. Just doing it like this, it makes a little bit of a mess. But if I would have kept the bag up vertical, then it would have made more of a mess. So, and the Thinset powder stuff doesn't really want to seep out onto the ground, so that was good. So I got like I don't know, maybe 1/5 of my container is filled with Thinset powder, and I'm going over here to put a splash of water in it, because this Thinset, or any of your concrete mix and stuff like that, it really absorbs water quickly. So I just turned on the water just for a second and then turn it off. I like to do this out in the kitchen, though mixing up Thinset in the kitchen is not a very good thing to do, because then the Thinset, you see how muddy and dirty it was? Well, if the Thinset accidentally leaks or drips somewhere in the kitchen, then it's not going to look pretty, and the kitchen is going to be really hard to get clean, where the Thinset dropped and hardened. So it's not very good. Your wife or your girlfriend is not going to like it if you mix up Thinset in the kitchen. But anyway, she's away, and I am pretty good about it, so I'm pretty careful about it. So anyway, that Thinset that I got, I put too much water in there, and if you saw, it was like a puddle of dirt. Well, so I had to go outside and get some more Thinset. So I would say it's probably like 2/3 of the way full of Thinset, or maybe, I don't know, 60% full of Thinset. And then I need to do that so that I could offset the amount of water that I put in, because I put in too much water, so it was like slush, and that is not the consistency that you want Thinset to be. It's a lot easier to work with. With my spoon, it's a lot easier for me to work with whenever the Thinset is soupy, but unfortunately that's not what the best thing is that's needed for a good Thinset mixture. Well, you aren't seeing there, but I put a splash of water in it again, just a little splash, because then if I put too much water in, then I would have to go out again and put some more Thinset in. Well, it's getting to the point where it would be tough to add any more Thinset because the container is almost full. So it's a little bit easier to work with now that I added a splash of water. But it's still a little bit too tough. See, the way you can tell if it's too tough is just like if you were to look at peanut butter, creamy peanut butter. You want it to be somewhat spreadable onto your bread. If you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but if it hardens, if the peanut butter gets too hard, then it's not really easy to work with. And you see this, my Thinset mix is still a little bit too hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it under the water, just put a little, see that? Just a little tiny bit. And most of it was air probably too anyway, so from the faucet. You don't need to use any special water or anything like that. I don't think. So anyway, I got it. It looks pretty good. And I'm gonna mix it up a little bit better with my spoon there. It's good to use a metal spoon or some kind of metal thing. I would use the trowel, but the trowel won't fit too well in this plastic container. And besides, this plastic container breaks kind of easily, so I'm kind of trying to be careful here. But I don't want to mix up too much Thinset, because I'm just going to be putting tile in a small area. Actually, I'm only going to be putting like 3 tile up, fastening 3 tile to the wall. So there's my mixture.